21 Things that happen to your body when you skip breakfast. Part 2. Number 12. Your cortisol rises. Science ahead. The brain needs glucose to survive through the night, and sometimes there isn't enough stored glycogen in the liver to maintain adequate blood glucose levels. This problem is solved by increasing cortisol levels. By having breakfast, you refill the liver glycogen levels so that the cortisol levels can decrease. If you don't eat breakfast, then cortisol levels will continue to increase to maintain blood glucose levels, eventually causing insulin resistance that makes you more hungry throughout the day, says Dr. Barry Sears, president of the nonprofit Inflammation Research Foundation. Even if you eat breakfast, you still need about 25 grams of protein to maintain satiety. Therefore, a balanced anti-inflammatory breakfast is the ideal way to start the day and continue it without hunger or fatigue. Cortisol has also been proven to make you hang on to belly fat. Number 11. Your immunity goes down. When you skip breakfast, your immunity goes down. Periods of fasting appear to trigger damage to the cells, and the body needs to be fed food regularly in order to maintain healthy levels of immune cells that fight infections and improve the action of fighter cells, T cells, in the body, explains Tazib Lalani, a nutritionist with Scale Beyond Scale. Number 10. Your levels of acidity increase. Not eating breakfast can cause increased bouts of acidity. The body is mechanized to release acid in the stomach for digestion when the body feels hungry and needs fuel, says Lalani. If this acid does not get food to process, which it inevitably doesn't if we starve and or don't eat for several hours, it will surge up to the walls of the nearby areas like the stomach, food pipe, and heart and will lead to acidity. Number 9. Headaches and dizziness begin. Lack of fuel such as glucose to the brain will lead to a decrease in the functioning of the brain cells, which is why you may experience headaches and dizziness when you haven't eaten in a while. Lalani explains, this is your body's way of communicating with you and asking you to fuel it. Number 8. You're missing out on protein. It's beneficial to start your day with a protein-rich breakfast, as opposed to a bag of cereal or blueberry muffin. Consuming some lean protein, such as eggs, protein powder, or plain low-fat Greek yogurt, keeps your energy levels up throughout your day, explains Erin Clifford, a Chicago-based holistic wellness coach. Additionally, include whole grains and or fruit and a healthy fat in your meal. For instance, an egg scrambled in 1 tablespoon of coconut oil atop a piece of sprouted grain toast. A balanced breakfast ensures that you stay satisfied until it is time for your next meal or snack. Number 7. Good bacteria grows. According to microbiologist Kiran Krishnan, skipping breakfast as part of intermittent fasting increases the mucus levels needed for the growth of good bacteria, and elimination of the bad. Some of this bacteria only grows and thrives when you are fasting. It also drives up the national production of the human growth hormone, which burns fat and improves muscle mass because it uses fat as fuel instead of sugar, and allows your body to rest from producing insulin. Number 6. Bad breath abounds. As if bad breath wasn't already a huge morning problem, your halitosis will only get worse when you skip breakfast. Why is that? There's nothing to neutralize that morning odor when you don't eat something first thing. Number 5. Hypoglycemia becomes a risk. Some people train their bodies to not want breakfast because they're in a hurry for work. This can result in hypoglycemia down the road, explains holistic nutritionist Christy Acuna. We live very stressful lives today, and it's very important to support the demands that we put on our bodies. This means that we need fuel up for at least 3 meals per day, with breakfast being the most important start. Number 4. Your obesity risk can increase. People who skip breakfast are more than 4 times as likely to be obese than people who eat something in the morning, says Dan DeFigio, nutrition expert and author of Beating Sugar Addiction for Dummies. Skipping breakfast makes you fatter because no food in the morning leads an increased appetite and sugar cravings. Number 3. Endorphins are released. Anytime you skip a meal, especially breakfast, the body releases chemical messengers to stimulate the release of stored energy. This may include the breakdown of muscle mass for immediate energy. The body perceives this extended fast as starvation and essentially begins to eat itself to survive the famine, explains Heather Pratt, Master Nutrition Therapist and board-certified holistic nutritionist. Non-essential body functions such as bone building and memory are impaired. Additionally, this process induces the release of natural painkillers called endorphins, which mask the discomfort that would otherwise be felt. These endorphins make you feel pretty good, which is why many people think they feel good without breakfast, but really the body is struggling to function. Number 2. Your cycle can be thrown off. A 2009 study noted that female college students who consistently skipped breakfast had more menstrual irregularities, including painful periods with irregular menstrual bleeds. Discover the best and worst foods for your period to make your monthly routine a bit easier on yourself. Number 1. A safe ketogenic state is entered. By skipping breakfast, you can actually encourage your body to enter a safe ketogenic state, which can expedite the body's natural fat-burning mechanisms by causing your body to dip into fat stores for energy.